Blood was not meant to cleanse the sins of tradition, but tonight it might. Beneath the silver light of the moon, I held my sister's trembling hand. Behind us, the sound of warriors' footsteps grew closer. They were hunting us, our own people. And all for what? Because I would not let them take her. Because I refused to watch my sister, Nazirian, be cut like a goat on the slaughtering stone. Because I chose to fight instead of obey. The story begins, my name is Lekan. I was born into the proud Maasai people where boys are taught to be warriors and girls are prepared for marriage. But not all traditions are right. Not all customs deserve our loyalty. I learned this the day my father announced that Nazirian, my only sister, was ready. She is of age, he said. The elders have chosen a husband. The ceremony will be in 3 days. I saw the fear in her eyes. She was only 13. Too young. Too innocent. She had no choice, no voice. That night, she came to me in tears. Lekan, you are my brother. If you let them do this, I will never be the same again. I could not stand by. I had heard the cries of girls before, I had seen the pain in their eyes after the ritual. No more. I made a decision that would change both of our lives forever. We ran, I whispered. Before the sun rises. The escape, we left before dawn, slipping past the manyatas, homesteads, like shadows in the grass. I carried a spear, though I knew it would not be enough if we were caught. By midday, our absence was discovered. The village erupted into chaos. My father, the respected elder, called the warriors together. His voice thundered across the plains. Whoever brings my son and daughter back, dead or alive, will receive 20 cows, 15 goats, and 10 sheep. The hunt had begun. The chase, we ran across the golden plains, through thorny bushes, and deep into the wild lands where only the bravest dared to go. Hunger gnawed at our bellies, but fear pushed us forward. The warriors were coming, their red shoukas, cloaks flashing in the distance. They were faster, stronger, and they knew these lands better than we did. One night, as we hid under an acacia tree, Nazirian whispered, Lekan, will we ever be free? I did not have an answer, but I remembered an old Maasai saying, Lankai, God does not close all roads. Where there is one path blocked, another one opens. We will find a way, I told her. We must keep moving. The fight for freedom, on the fourth day, they found us. We had stopped by a river to drink, exhausted and weak. The warriors surrounded us, spears raised. Come back, Lekan, one of them said. Your father will forgive you. But I knew better. There was no forgiveness for betraying the old ways. There was only punishment. I tightened my grip on my spear. I will not let you take my sister. A fight broke out. I struck fast, cutting across the nearest warrior's arm. Nazirian picked up a sharp rock, ready to defend herself. But we were outnumbered. Just when I thought it was over, an old man stepped forward from the shadows. He was a Libon, the spiritual leader of our people. Stop, his voice boomed. This is not our way. The warriors hesitated. Even my father, who had followed the hunt, fell silent. The Libon turned to my father. Do not be blinded by old traditions. Would you kill your own blood to uphold customs that cause pain? Would you spill the lives of your children for the pride of men? My father clenched his fists. His face was hard, unreadable. The silence stretched between us like the great Mara River. Then he turned away. Let them go. I could hardly believe it. The warriors lowered their spears. My sister and I stood frozen, hearts pounding. And then, like a storm passing over the land, it was done. We walked away, free. A new journey, the land stretched before us, vast and unknown. We had no home to return to, or no family to protect us. But we had each other, and that was enough. For days, we wandered, surviving on wild fruits and water from hidden springs. Then, one evening, as the sun melted into the horizon, we saw a distant village. It was not Maasai land, but another people's settlement. Nazarian hesitated. Will they accept us? I took a deep breath. We will not know unless we try. We walked forward, heads held high. The elders of the village listened to our story. They spoke in hushed tones before finally nodding. You are welcome here, one of them said. But you must earn your place. And so, we walked. I tended cattle and built houses, proving my strength. Nazarian learned to weave baskets and fetch water, her hands growing calloused but strong. The people accepted us, then for the first time, we felt safe. But my heart still burned with purpose. I could not forget the young girls left behind. I could not forget the others who had no one to fight for them. The Rebels' mission. One day, I gathered a group of young men and women. I spoke of change, of justice, of a future where our sisters would not have to run. Fear is strong, I told them, but courage is stronger. We must be the ones to end this. Some were afraid, but others nodded. And so, our fight began, not with spears, but with words, with actions, with the fire of those who refused to be silent. We would return, not as outcasts, but as warriors of a new way. The lesson: not all stories end in blood. Not all fights are won with a spear. I lost my home, but I saved my sister. I became a rebel, but I stood for what was right. And as we disappeared into the horizon, I remembered the words of the Libon: a true warrior does not fight for tradition. He fights for justice. Closing message: this is not just my story. It is the story of many. The story of those who dared to say no to customs that harm. The story of those who chose freedom over fear. My name is Lekan. And I am the Maasai Rebel.